To be continued.
We should have like an ASMR vampire commercial. Like how we talked about that a while ago.
Oh, our commercials.
I forgot about that commercial.
We totally should do some. Really fun.
There we go. I'm no longer muted, at least for the recording anyways. So we are back. Hooray. I have once again not defeated myself in the sound department and kept myself muted for half a game. So that's always a benefit. It's been a hell of a week, so I'm surprised I didn't pull that off. So at any rate, thank you all for joining, either just now or maybe catching us later on in the stream thereafter, like when we upload this to YouTube, or if you catch it again on a replay for Twitch. And I happen to see everybody's favorite Wasteland Moose in the chat room. So that means Ellie is out there watching. So hello, Ellie.
Love you, LBZ.
I don't have the capability of showing, but she actually did a Vampire the Masquerade tattoo on my back that I got specifically because our game is that cool and I enjoy all of our peeps. So at one point maybe I'll throw it up in the up here so we can see it. But those of you who are just joining us or who are unfamiliar to us, we're Lost Tribes Gaming. We are currently playing Vampire the Masquerade set in Ashland, Oregon. That is Ashland, Oregon, not Ashland, Tennessee, or anywhere else. Apparently there are quite a few. Also, you might notice that we are doing a fundraiser, and we are almost at half our goal. We're trying to raise funds for Control-Alt-Delete, who is an amazing new charity local to Arizona. They help people who are at risk, who are attempting to flee abuse of some kind. They've already helped. They've been around for a year, and they've already helped over 1,000 people. And you can help for as little as I think a little over $12 is what they've estimated right now. That if you donate $12, not that you have to donate, but every $12 that they get helps to get one person out of danger, out of threat. And that helps with basic necessities. It can go all the way to getting them a ticket to someplace safe, to where they have friends and family or someplace they can be taken care of. So they're a great charity. We love them. We've worked with them before. We're trying to raise $200. So help us meet that goal. And I need to get back on the leaderboards there. I'm actually down on like number 4, I think, at this point, and that's just not satisfactory. So I may have to donate again just for no other reason because I want to see that nifty graphic pop up because I'm a glut for punishment. That being said, last game we had ended abruptly by mistake. There was a little bit of miscommunication. Some folks got tired, and we went from technical difficulties to just saying, nah, we're going to throw in the towel. Which happens, sometimes. That's happened during Cyberpunk at one point. Just things kind of crashed and said, forget it. But anyways. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes technical difficulties just happen. But where we last left off, the coterie had gotten together. You've debated some things that have been going on. You are now aware that there are issues in the city, and it may have to deal with some not-so-friendly Camarilla ties from Vegas. As to the who and how that they're doing that is left up to grabs, but it could be a potential thorn in the side. There was a discussion about Portland. Portland at this point is kind of a no man's land as far as vampires are concerned. Nobody's really too certain what's going on. And a quick tidbit for anybody who might be tuning in and watching the game. We do not mirror real life right now. So this is a fictional version of Ashland, Oregon. The population has been bumped up to a little over 500,000, so it's kind of a small metropolis. Portland is very different, so we're not dealing with any, of the current tensions that are in the public eye right now. So that is a little different. If we happen to mention something that sounds like it's crossing over, it is not. So don't worry, we're not going down that route. What was that?
Portland's a mess for other reasons.
Portland is a mess for completely other reasons. Yes, bad political scheming on behalf of the Camarilla.
Yeah.
So that being said, also you were in a brief discussion about getting into medical marijuana collectively as a group, so you could start trying to raise some taxes to help the PD down here combat the influx of drugs coming in from Medford. So we'll go ahead and pick up from there, since it was kind of a little bit of a confusing ending to last game. So we'll say it's been about 2 nights since you last gathered. We'll start off at this point with George. You have gotten a call from... Well, actually, you have a message already at this point. You were kind of dealing with some other things, so you missed it by mistake. Purely by mistake. But it came in the other day, and it is from your police contact.
Okay.
You had wanted her to follow up with you when she knew more about drug-related issues here in Ashland.
Okay.
So at this point, you have risen from the ground. You are standing outside the tree in Henry's yard,
which is the gangrel equivalent of, hey, can I stay on your couch for a couple of days? I got kicked out.
Yeah, pretty much. You are absolutely correct.
Okay, yeah. So I'll check my phone, which I'm. This is a newer phone that I've never had before, so yeah, I'll remember how it works, and then I'll check my messages.
Okay. So it's from your police lady contact, and she's just saying, "Hey, I'm getting back in touch with you. Sorry it took me a little bit longer than anticipated. I'm pretty sure you understand that things are pretty hectic in town right now. I can't go over with a phone too much. I did find out something. Give me a buzz when you are available." And then that's it.
Okay. I will. Yeah, if there's nothing else pressing at the moment, if nobody's come to get me, I'll give her a call while I'm outside.
Okay. That'll work. And I'm looking over my notes. Did we name your contact?
I'm pretty sure her name is Virginia, but let me just double check. Yeah, Virginia.
Okay.
Officer Virginia James.
Okay, that works. I knew it was someplace. I knew it got brought up, but I didn't have it on my master template here, so. Cool. All right.
I think this may be the first time, like, in game that I've contacted her.
Yes.
So that's probably why.
Okay, so you call, phone picks up, and a familiar voice, female voice comes across the line, but it's loud in the background. And you hear her kind of uncontrollably shout into the phone, "Hello?"
Hey, it's you know who. Is everything okay over there?
Eunice?
No.
Who is this? And you hear like some fidgeting around.
And I can tell that it's her voice.
Yeah. It's
okay.
Loud. There's like a lot of music or something in the background.
Oh, she said it. Okay. Now I'm thinking maybe I should text her instead.
You get her on the phone, you're like, "I'll text you."
Well, because I'm like, I'll say, I don't know how to. Yeah, I'll just be like, this is awkward. It's just like real life. Yeah, I'll just shout into the phone like, "Can you talk?"
Hang on, it's really loud.
No shit.
And then you hear like a sudden like volume drop in the background, and then, oh, Remus, why did you say your name was Eunice?
No worries. Is this a bad time?
I mean, you can still hear the music, but it's not quite as loud. She's like, no. Now is fine. That's right. You operate on a different schedule. No, it's cool. It's cool. Well, so returning my call?
Yeah. What do you got for me? If this is a good time. If not, I can try again later.
No, I'm going to be... This is the first night I've had off in 2 weeks, so this is probably the best time to call me, despite the fact it being super loud. Let me get someplace where the music's a little bit duller on my side.
Okay, and then we'll wrap this up quickly so you can get back to having fun.
So you hear like another door shut and some like steps at that point. Like she's probably at a club or something, and she's like getting distance from the main room, and then you hear kind of the loud hiss of just general nothingness, behind her at that point, and then a door shut. It's like, okay, no, I had to step outside, out in the back. Okay, yeah, and then she like takes a moment to step around a little bit. You hear her walking around, probably making sure that the area, there's no like looky-loos immediately in the area. She says, okay, so you're familiar with the issues with Medford, right?
Yeah, I'm aware.
Okay, so we one of the detectives let it leak that we got word that one of the local gangs, I guess they've started their drug engine again, and they're producing and selling, and no one's certain just yet, but they seem to have a lucrative pipeline coming into them. So that means they've got some backing. I'm not sure. We're not sure where. We have a rough guess as to. We don't know if it's the like official drug house, but they do have a drop spot where they do a lot of their sales in Medford. So we did manage to get that address, but obviously that's a little out of our jurisdiction. We're going to have to work with the sheriff's department on something like that. But as you can tell, they're busy with other things as well.
Yeah, I can definitely imagine.
But the Bulldogs are the ones running the show in Medford again, and rumor is they've got some new guy, some real heavy-handed guy, kind of operating behind the scenes. Goes by the name of Dylan. We don't know if it's an alias or if that's really the name. I apologize. I'm not a detective. I'm just kind of passing on secondhand information what I've picked up.
No, thank you. Every little bit helps. Do you have anything else about Dylan? Anything I can check up on that might be helpful?
He's supposed to be Hispanic, big like a basketball player, so probably pretty built. And that's really all we have at this point.
Okay.
Again, we don't have anybody on the inside, but we believe he's Hispanic, and he's presumably big. So, assume somebody who wears probably sporting clothing, probably the basketball jerseys and sweatshorts and whatnot of the like.
Sounds like a classy fellow. And Jerome, I don't know. So have I told Virginia that I am a vampire, or is that like
she knows something special about you?
Okay,
that's as far as it's gotten.
Special.
So she knows enough to know that you are. She doesn't know what vampire is, vampires are or whatnot. But you are. I don't want to say superhero in a sense, but you're definitely kind of a vigilante on the streets. And so you kind of have a low-level Commissioner Gordon sort of relationship with her. And she tends not to ask a whole lot of questions because gives her plausible deniability, and for the most part, you've made good on what you've done. You because of your morals, you don't go over the line or anything. So she's come to trust that your judgment usually lends to as less blood as possible and as close to realistic justice as possible.
Okay. All right. Well, I will ask her then. I've got some. I think I have some people that I can look to help me with this. What if you had it your way, because I trust you, what would you want the best possible option to be? Do you want are you looking for information so you guys can do a bust, or do you want this to just to be taken care of on its own? Like
Under normal circumstances, I think you would be right. We'd probably want information, but we're so backed up right now. Even if you got it to us, I don't think there's anything even the sheriff's department would be able to do right now. Everybody is just too backed up with everything. And it would take too long to get the paperwork. So if there's something you can do to put the kibosh on this or stem the flow or something, the boys in blue need some sort of moral victory at this point.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else that you can think of that might be helpful with this?
They have contacts here in Ashland, but beyond that, I'm not on the drug task force, so I couldn't say.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Maybe check some other street contacts.
Mm-hmm.
The Southside Souls seem to have they seem to be poking around for some reason.
Southside Souls. I'm guessing that they're a rival gang.
You've heard of their name before. You haven't had a whole lot of interactions with them. They are a gang in the loosest sense. They're not really a street gang in the sense of they're going to go out and go rumble, although they can if they need to. For the most part, they tend to be a bunch of goth, dark glam, death metal, car collectors and whatnot. So they kind of have their thing, and one of the reasons why they tend to not get as much cred as like an actual gang is while they do skirt the law, they're known to skirt the law on occasion and kind of get in gray areas. They tend to be very pro first responders. So they've gotten involved in a couple of occasions in the past. This is not recent, but in the past, where they've helped out with fundraisers for like the fire department, or helped out bring awareness for a police officer who had passed away in the line of duty, and you're raising funds for that person's for their medical expenses and whatnot, to help cover the cost of death and whatnot for the family, things like that. So they tend to have a very good rep with the citizens in the area, and they don't tend to get a lot of shit from folks. But mostly because they tend to be more chill.
Okay, so they're kind of like Yakuza in movies, where like they're technically like law breaking, but at the same time they have a lot of honor and they look out for the people that they're like,
but less finger cutting.
Okay. Okay. Well, if they're getting involved, then I get all right. So that means that the Bulldogs must be into something. Okay. In that case, yeah. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your night off. I'll contact you if I find anything interesting, or at least anything that might you might find useful.
All right. Yeah. I mean, if you've got something, I can use it, but otherwise, do what you do.
All right. Okay. Have fun. Enjoy your days off.
All right. She hangs up.
Okay. guess I'll go inside Henri's house and see who's awake.
They're both awake. Now,
Okay.
Henri at this point is probably like sharpening blades for leather he's not going to work anytime soon, just out of habit. Robert is, doing Robert things, but occasionally tending to whatever Henri, has, it barks out at him, like, where is this spice or where is this tool or whatever, just mundane stuff.
He's pressing and folding that tiny suit he made me wear for Sophie's wedding reception.
There you go.
Or wedding party. But yeah, I'll enter in and I'll start to think about how I can, I guess, bringing up some of the stuff with the coterie.
Okay. Well, I mean, he's there. He's probably in the living room at this point.
Okay. Good morning.
I'm messing around with a pair of boots that Trudy wanted me to make to see, like,
There you go. Yeah.
figure this thing out.
Hey, those are nice boots.
These are shit. It's like, it's just trying to make it work. It's just this damn woman. She has given us this place to live, but I have not made boots. I've made shoes, mind you, but boots are just. And I just throw them over my shoulder. So you're out of the dirt. I see you joined us. Well, welcome to the room.
Yeah. Do you know if we're meeting anytime soon? Like I feel like I've been asleep for a while.
We had a meeting 2 days ago. Because they were talking about, of all things, maybe to start a medical marijuana business. It's just some way to make money for the police, or I don't know. I was trying to follow, but it's just does not make too much sense for me. Robert, do we have have they texted us lately? I've not seen anything. Robert's not paying attention. He is doing his own little world. So
I mean, he looks up and he's like, "Oh, sorry, I had somebody texting me."
So was it our new friends?
Oh, it was OK Cupid. Sorry.
You have a new friend, Cupid?
Yeah.
Well, good luck. This Cupid. So is he hooking you up with someone very special, or?
No, not yet. There's a lot. You know what? It's a lot of technical details. Let's just say right now there's a whole lot of left and not a lot of right.
I don't know what that means at all.
Right? Yeah. Just
I don't know what that means.
Yeah. I'm sorry, boss. So but no, I haven't heard anything yet. But I would imagine you're probably going to want to meet up with Miss Hesperia here soon, because that whole, wasn't there like a Haven thing you guys were working on?
Well, they had me a little. There was a back pool house for me, and then something for the rest of the people. Okay, you need to show me how to do the group chat. Every time I try to chat with everyone at the same time, I have to do 7 or 9 chats to people. How show me to do one big group chat with all these people?
Oh, yeah. I could. Well, that's easy enough. Actually, I don't have to show you. I just need to show you where. And so he kind of pulls out your phone and points at it. He says, "This was something that I can't remember who did it, but one of them already formed the chat. So all you have to do when you're trying to reply to them, and you see this window right here, it's got all these like numbers, and
I get it.
Just message this one right here, and it will get it to everybody."
Okay, so I reply to this one. It's like sending a message to everyone.
Yes, it'll do it all at once.
Okay, so I'm going to text them. So, bonjour. How is everyone? I am fine. I am bored. What are we doing? The question.
And I'll reply to the group. I have a little info about what's going down in Medford.
I'm just going to reply K, period. See you over here whenever's. XOXO.
Lady Victoria, I'm thinking your texting is broken. I'm only getting some letters. So, Kiksko, I don't understand.
I'm gonna reply facepalm emoji. Just whenever you get over here, we'll talk about it, okay?
Oh,
All caps. Question
will
mark, exclamation point.
Will do.
Yeah,
Robert-
boss. I'll get you like a quick sheet or something so you kind of understand what like some of the it's called net speech. So you kind of understand it. If you can get it down, it'll help you actually message faster. It's
I
like
understand
it's like shorthand.
Yeah, well, no, I understand the lolling is for when you laugh. It's just la la la. I understand that part. But this somebody put in ROTF something JKL. I don't know. They said
Yeah,
laughing.
that's rolling on the floor laughing my ass off.
Yeah, whatever. I don't
Right,
understand.
yeah.
Oh, that's what
Kids.
Okay. Well, Robert, are you driving with us then? Are you? Am I taking the car and Remus and I can go away ourselves?
If I was gonna look into something, if you were okay with that.
No, just you can do. Remus and I can go. And,
Okay. And then I'll message you when I get done.
I will not get in the language of love with you and your Cupid over here. And so whatever you need.
Oh no! It has nothing to do. No, it's not a booty call, boss. Trust me. No. Nothing like that.
I remember this booty call of yours. Yes, that was just be. If you need the booty call, you must follow it. So.
Okay. Well, thanks, boss.
Yeah, everybody's got needs, Robert. Everybody's got needs.
Dude, it wasn't like that. Okay. Don't you have dirt to till?
Yeah, I'm done with that. Now I'm here giving you a hard time. Listen, you deserve it for putting me in that tiny ass suit. Okay.
That wasn't me. That was that other person. She offered it up or whatnot. I'm not the one without the duds.
Yeah, because I'm homeless. Give me a break.
Haven't you heard the job gotta have a JOB if you want to be with me?
Wait, what?
He's spelling things again.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that cheat sheet too. Because this is the first time I've had one of these things.
Okay. Yay! Thank you. It looks like Fultz just followed us on the chat. So yay!
Welcome.
Thank you, Camper Fultz. So that's definitely him. He's a camper. So yeah, no, he's like, okay. So you two enjoy the LOLs and the jaws, and I'll message you here soon, boss. Okay.
Okay. So what you do what you need to do. I'm still looking for someone, an apprentice, and if you happen to, I know you don't like the leatherworking, so but if you keep your ear to the ground, as you say, and we can see if we can find someone.
Will do.
Okay. So Remus, whatever you need to do, have you fed off the wildlife? If you need to eat something really quick.
That's a good question. How hungry am I?
Well, you're down at this point because it's 2 nights past, so you just be down the 2 blood.
Okay. No, I think I'll be okay. They usually have food when we get there anyway, or something. But yeah. Well, yeah. I don't need to pick up anything.
Okay.
At least not at the moment.
So let me text them. We were on the way to come to your house. Complete sentences, and we will be there as soon as we can. So, send.
Do you do the Captain Holt thing where you title like "Dear Hesperia," signed Henri?
Lady Hesperia, comma.
I used to know somebody who did that. They would text me and they'd start off with "hello" and like they were writing like an email, and they would send it to me like that. And in fact, send it over. I'm like, you don't have to do that. I know it's you.
That's what I do.
That does not fit in 140 characters.
Wait, was this over Twitter? I thought we were just texting.
I I don't
So
know
for
any-
those of you who are at Casa de Colin and Sophie, which is everybody else at this point, there is a knock at the door. About this time, you guys are all waking up and getting about. Of course, you've already gotten the text messages and whatnot, so you know Henri is on his way. And there's a knock at the door.
Can somebody get that?
Out of
Should
character.
I?
Am I still a heavy sleeper?
You are?
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. No, actually, you're not.
Did we fix that?
You are not currently.
Okay. Then I guess I'm out and about. I mean, you guys live here too. You're welcome to. I'll get the door.
You're muted,
Okay,
Rachel.
I did say I'll get the door.
Oh,
but-
if
She was
gets there
muted.
first, then that's
Okay.
all right.
okay. So
So
I trust your
Damaris
door.
walks up to the door, and it's Jimmy.
Oh,
He's in a nice polo. He's got kind of a flat cap on. He's in jeans and some decent tennies.
the door.
So,
Hey, Jimmy.
oh hey Damaris. So you guys are up and about. Good.
Yeah. What's the occasion?
He says, today I am an official courier. And so he makes a big what to do. He holds out like his arm on one side and lays down a manila envelope that's roughly letter sized out to you.
Wait, is this a court summons? If so, I'm not Damaris.
He says, no. Yeah, it's not a court summon. Can you guys get summoned to court?
I don't even know. I don't want to protest it. So
I've been summoned to court before, and I did not enjoy it.
all right. So she'll grab it or take it,
Thank you, Cam.
kind of look it over. Who's it for?
It's actually listed to the council.
Oh. Cool. So I'll open it.
Okay.
As I walk inside.
Yeah, okay, so as you walk inside, it's the deed to that property.
Hey. Where's Hesperia?
Haste for horses. I'm
Current-
walking up.
Yeah, I was going to say she's probably on the couch if she's not in your immediate presence.
She's gonna yell at, "Hey, we got the deed for that house you guys looked at."
Oh, we bought that house?
I guess. News to me.
Me too, but it's fine, I guess.
Yeah, no, Uncle Malcolm worked an arrangement with Trudy and it's been purchased.
Oh, well, that's acceptable.
Nice.
You guys
Sure,
got a new house?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's great. Where is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you.
It's
Look
not
at the
here.
address.
Yay!
I look at the address. Here. I've never seen it, so I don't know. I didn't go with you guys.
It was big, and Henri had his own private space, and it seemed to be suitable for most of us. I assume that Sophie's
Now I
going to
just gotta
continue
find
living
Leonie
here
then.
with Colin.
Yes. That is how marriage usually works.
I mean, I'm not judging. I'm just saying, like, okay.
Can I come to your house though? Is that okay? I know like havens are a thing, so
I mean, yeah, why not? You got to deliver this couch.
that's true. That is true. I did offer it as a housewarming.
Yeah, I mean, you're. I guess Colin as well is welcome at any time to our house.
Maybe I can talk
As
him into
he was-
beefing up your security.
That would probably be a really great idea. and I'm sure we would all be most appreciative.
Yeah, so Uncle Malcolm said you guys can obviously work the details out of repayment or whatever with Trudy. So I mean, you guys are like in good with her or whatnot. He just wanted me to make sure you guys got the deed and whatnot and the keys, so you can move in whenever.
Cool.
Congratulations.
I'm a homeowner? Okay, well, yeah, this is kind of cool. I would definitely like to check it out at some point, since it's our new house.
I mean, when can we move in? Does it say
Anytime.
in the paperwork now?
Yeah,
mean,
everything's available right now. I mean, it's not furnished. You'll want to buy stuff for it, obviously, but yeah, it's all there.
Well, let's meet with the Remus and Henri, because since they're on their way over, but after that we should definitely run you by there and check it out.
Sounds good.
Okay, well, if you cool cats don't mind, I'm gonna skip. I've got a lot of stuff to do at the Speakeasy still. I just want to make sure you guys got this info.
Don't get too dirty.
Thanks, Jimmy.
So he bebops on out, and as he's pulling out, you end up seeing Henri come pulling up.
Well, this is great. We can go furniture shopping. I'll help you pick out some nice lamps. I'm sure we've got a lot of stuff to do.
I have a guy that's pretty good with lampshades.
Okay.
I mean, we can pick out the rest of the lamp. I'm just saying, I have the lampshades covered.
Oh.
Fragile.
But that sounds awesome. Let's go. I guess let's go do the shopping thing at some point.
Well, it looks like Henri and Remus are here now.
I'm walking up. Bonjour, ladies.
Henri, come on in. It's a party.
Yeah, you had someone leave your party already. Who's the young man driving
You're the
away?
party. Come on in.
Oh, wow.
She'll open the door for him to enter. Remus, you too.
Remus trudges in.
To trudge.
Yeah, he trudges now.
So and then Colin comes walking, from the back, letting out a big yawn, and as he walks past Sophie, he swats her in the butt.
Does he look any better?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he looks like he's about optimal at this point.
Oh,
Colin,
good.
you look so much better. The face, it's no more leather. It's you look so fantastic.
Oh yeah, no thanks. It's less UNICEF today. Thank you very much.
Guess what, babe?
What?
They got a New Haven.
Oh, that's right. You guys were looking into something, right?
Yeah, apparently.
Yep.
Did it come through? It was decided to get the place.
Yeah,
It
it's
did.
ours.
That was the welcome wagon just leaving.
Okay.
So
it
which
is
one?
available anytime.
Which one was it? You guys were looking at like quite a few, if I recall.
It was
Just
the
gonna read
second
out the
one
address.
with the boathouse, right? Pool house.
The pool house.
Pool house.
Oh, so the really big one. Dang. Okay.
So we did get the pool house for me. I appreciate that very much.
And none of you have furniture, so I imagine that was the discussion that I kind of I came in on about the whole shopping trip, right?
Well, I have a couch, and Henri is going to craft us some lampshades, and I'm just going to look to you.
I can do that very well. Yes.
Yeah.
Do we want a special lampshade? Yes.
Oh.
Locally crafted,
Gotcha.
artisan, locally sourced,
Locally, indeed.
Oh my.
reduce, reuse, recycle.
Well, babe, don't you know a guy who can do that sort of thing?
Lampshades? I think these are special.
Ah,
It's a type of leather, very fine.
well, her guy can do leather.
Who is this that can do leather?
Buffalo Bill.
I'm not sure who you're referring to.
Oh, he's a
Are you
Oscar award.
are you
winning.
not seeing him anymore?
Oh. I haven't actually spoken to him since we got back. I wanted to
Oh.
talk to you about that first.
So you know another leather worker that maybe I can.
No, not exactly. That's a topic for another time.
All right.
But
I'm sorry. I put your diplomatic face on. I apologize.
I offered Hesperia to keep this couch. I hope you don't mind. I mean, seeing as how she's made herself at home with it, I figured it wouldn't be a big deal.
Sure.
Smile and nod.
Yep.
Colin.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm going with it, smiling and nodding,
I mean, look
and
Look at all-
I'm doing the model wave too as it goes by.
look at all
I'm
the
just-
pictures she left.
I'm just gonna come back behind them because I can clearly hear and see what they're saying since they're not very far away from
Yeah,
me.
no, they're not.
And just like, haha, Colin, you should have seen what I've done on that couch. You should thank me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Not moving to the couch.
Okay, so I guess that means with the vacating of the couch, there will be less barn animal sounds emanating from the living room.
I couldn't
Can't
tell you.
tell. Is that racist? I can't tell.
But
Or clanist? I don't know.
do you identify as a barn animal?
I'm not
Hey, that
sure.
wasn't a dig at
Wait.
your gangrelness.
Okay, because half the time I don't even sleep here.
Yeah, you've got me confused. I was going to go get one of those like
Barn animal.
yeah, the animal barn thing and
making
let it
fun of
spin and help you find out if that was the case. Because I mean, you've completely got me puzzled.
No, I just I haven't seen any animals, so I was just wondering what the.
Yeah, someone keeping some chickens from me? Because, I'm not below some chicken blood.
No, that was well. Since we're getting very technical, that was you and Jewel.
No, maybe. None of your business. Go away, Colin.
In my own house, I have to go away and none of my own business. Yeah, so, babe, I'm gonna go work on something right now.
Is anybody hungry?
And focus.
I could eat. It's been a couple days.
I'm gonna get some blood. Pass it around.
What was the news that you wanted to share? Like you said, you had information, Remus.
Yeah, my contact in the police got back to me about some of the stuff that's going down in Medford.
Oh.
So it's one of the local gangs, the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah, it seems that they've gotten some new blood who seems to be running this new endeavor of theirs. His name is Dylan. His description: he's a tall, built Latin fellow, probably clad in jerseys. But according to my contact, they've got some money coming in from somewhere. They're getting some sort of outside help. Because
And I
yeah,
kind
and
of already knew that. I know that they were pushing the better quality drugs, the cocaine.
yeah. Apparently, also, and I think I heard a little bit of this is that the police aren't really. I was thinking, oh well, maybe if I got enough info to give the police like a chance to go in and bust these guys, that would be enough. But it kind of seems like that's not even really an option. But
If they've got backing somewhere else, I mean, could be that whoever they are being backed by has influence in the police.
it could be my contact's not really they're not quite like up the chain of command. So I'm only I'm hearing their whispers. But yeah, that's what I know. Apparently, like how much do you guys know about the Southside Souls? Is that a group that you know?
That's my gang.
That's your gang?
Well, I'm part of it technically. I'm an honorary member, but you know,
You are truly a part of a gang, an American gang. This is fantastic.
yeah, he's one of my ghouls. The leader of that group is one of my ghouls.
This group is more and more interesting. The stories and the people that you are associated with. It's just
Look, they're a good group, all right? Like they keep their nose to the ground, they are respected, and they are doing good for themselves. But they have their ear to the ground for me right now, trying to figure out, see if they can pinpoint where this stuff is kind of leaking from within Medford. I already knew this stuff was coming from there.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, I've run out of info. Do we have any other business?
I didn't mean to discount your information, but you said that it's being funded by new blood. So that's more than I had as far as information. And you said that they're being backed by someone. Who are they being backed by? Did you get a name?
Uh, unfortunately, the only name they could provide for me was Dylan. I don't know if he was already a member or if he is if he's like the head of this like new enterprise they've got set up, but
I feel like I've heard
apparently
that name before. Can I, Jerome, roll like a intelligence check to see if I have heard the name before?
You sure can.
So
Give
intelligence and
give me give me wit and alertness.
it's a 1.
Don't.
2.
2 total.
Yeah.
You've never encountered the person directly, but now that you think about it, you've heard the name before, but usually involved like on the street with the gangs and whatnot.
In as far as like what context? Like tough on the street or
Yeah,
fingers in a lot of pots
when
type?
you heard somebody fitting that description and that name, that person was just a heavy, known to, be like a leg breaker, and had previously been a part of the where was it at? The Sanguine Tears.
Sanguine Tears?
Yes.
Was that the other group? I don't. Okay, I don't remember. I feel like I've heard of the Sanguine Tears, but
You
I don't
have.
remember anything about them.
Sanguine Tears appeared way back in season 1. They were the gang that you were having to deal with that had been backed by the Sabbat.
Which
Okay,
was
so
the
he's a
group?
surviving member? I'm sorry?
Which was the group that kidnapped Doug? Hesperia, do you remember?
That was Sanguine Tears.
Was it?
Yep.
Oh.
Jerks.
So Dylan? Okay. You know what, Remus? I know who you're talking about. He was part of the Sanguine Tears, which was a vampire group that we'd had to deal with way back.
Well, it was a
And it
gang. It wasn't a vampire group.
sorry.
Basically, like
gang
their
that we
mortal
go with.
wing sort of thing.
And it's interesting. So he's migrated all the way up to Medford. So did he take over that group, and that's what he's bringing over?
Possibly. Is there any chance he's still in with the darker powers?
I mean, I don't know at this point. When they say new blood, like that makes more sense now, in the sense that he's joined them. I don't know if he could be their backer, but maybe if he knew, if he basically brought information over from his gang over to there, I mean, that could be why they're able to get their sort of fingers into our area now.
Okay.
She's gonna go pull out her bowl, the whole collapsible one.
Sure.
And go to the table, and she is going to I'm going to scry on him.
On Dylan?
Since I know on Dylan, since I know what he looks like.
Dylan, you son of a bitch. Go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage. That is intelligence and occult. Your biggest dice pool?
Yeah, it is. Both are at 4s.
Difficulty 6.
So 2, and then I have a 10.
Okay.
Roll that. 3, another 10. 3.
Okay. Well, that is enough. It doesn't give you a wide angle, but it gives you a close-up sort of thing, like in the immediate vicinity, which you're pretty used to, and that's usually all you ever really need. You see Dylan at this point. He is sitting in what looks to be his throne of sorts, which is like this really plush-looking lazy boy. That's a little on the beat up side, but it's been kind of refurbished with like tape and whatnot and kept up. The building that they happen to be in is what looks to be like a rundown house. There must be like 10 people in this large living room that he's sitting around, kind of quote unquote holding court. As it were. One, you can see in the room that somebody happens to have the latest Madden game currently on pause. So looks like somebody may have been, playing games or something prior to him taking a seat. And you can tell all these members are bulldogs. They've got the appropriate, gang colors, on and whatnot. They're all very well armed, which is something that is a little shocking to you. Nobody has anything. Nobody here has anything less than like an AR-15 or very heavy caliber pistols. Like you see that there's a couple 357s in the group, which are hefty man stoppers, and you also see that Dylan himself happens to have an AK, but it's like setting up against the chair. And you caught him like right in the middle of what he was talking, and what you make out is he's addressing the group and talking about you're finding out like where their numbers are right now. So he's getting kind of an update. And one of the guys, tells him that they're catching flack down in Ashland from one of the gangs. And he asks who, and he says it's those Southside Soul chumps. That poser gang of goths and emo chumps. And he says, well, they're not really a big deal at this point. They're not really a threat, but if they get in our way, don't hesitate. 2 taps to the head, 1 to the chest. Just finish it off. at this point. I don't, we don't need to provoke a fight, but if they're going to get in our way, then we'll finish it before it starts. And they're like,
I wish
yeah,
I
all
could
right.
strangle him through my bowl.
And then he ends up saying, at this point he says, our backing here is solid. Medford is ours, but I want Ashland. Ashland is where the money is at right now. And they're like, yeah, but what about Portland? Portland's like free for the taking. He's like, yeah, right. It only looks free for the taking. He says, there's all kind of bad mojo right now in Portland. And he says, and I mean the legit kind. And they kind of like look around and he says, what, you mean like Haitian voodoo and whatnot? I thought that was all like, superstition. He's like, I don't mean like voodoo. But yeah, there's a pretty powerful curse up there. We're going to give it a wide berth for right now.
Looking for signs if they're talking like about, vampires other than just ghosts and
No.
shit.
No, they're not talking anything, obvious like that. And then after he gets done, getting some more updates out of, what they're doing and some stock of like items and crap that they have. He tells them to, they can go about their business. They turn around. A few of them start watching the gameplay again on the latest Madden game, and they start BSing and hollering at one another. He walks over and shuts the door to the kitchen. And as he does, he ends up locking the door behind him. And as he's getting out a drink, you end up seeing hey, what's going on, Philly? You end up seeing a woman come walking in the back door. Because basically the kitchen to this house, there is a back door that leads outside to kind of like a patio area. And she steps in and she has this... She clearly doesn't fit in. She has kind of like porcelain white skin, long, well-kept black hair. She's in an immaculate red dress with black and gold kind of piping around it. Very like I'm almost like you would wear to a royal party of some kind. Like that level of fancy. Not even like red carpet.
Does she have any, am I able to glimpse any like insignias or symbols or anything that would be part of maybe jewelry or tattoos potentially?
You sure can. Go ahead and give me another roll as you try to spin the view and get a closer look.
Okay. This is going to be big. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I've got 2 10s.
Okay.
7.
Okay. So as you divert your focus now from Dylan and you lock in on this stranger, you spin around and you see very delicately placed, and it's not very big. Maybe if you can see on the screen, it's probably about like that. So half the size of an action figure, your average action figure. You end up seeing the Sabat Ankh.
Recognize her? Or does she say anything? Or he say anything?
You do not recognize this individual. And she.
Well, I'm sketching in my, I have a sketchbook with me.
Yeah.
I'm going to describe, so I'm sketching as best I can.
Well, so since you're diverted attention and you're sketching, give me a wits and crafts check. That's going to be difficulty 7.
I am going to burn a will for Nato because for whatever reason I don't have crafts.
Yeah, we talked about this last time. It wasn't something you got initially, but it is something you're going to be building up on because of other stuff that involves your blood magics and whatnot.
Okay, so I burned a will for Nato.
Sure.
2.
2, okay.
Total. Yeah.
It's nothing to write home about, but if somebody looked at the picture, you go, oh, okay, I kind of see where you're going with this sort of thing, It's a bad police sketch.
Right. That's okay.
you're more interested in the important details, so that's what you're focusing on. But facial wise, you're like, as you glance back at it, you're like, oh, that's not that
Judge
great.
me.
Yeah. And she speaks in a very French accent, and she says, "So Dylan, how has your gathering gone?" And he says, "Not bad, Miss E. We got the things on lockdown here. Are you here for just a report or something?" And she says, "Oh, no," and kind of waves with her hand, and he's like, "Oh, okay," and tilts his head off to the side, and she feeds from him, supping a little bit and licking the wound. Hey, what's going on, ma'am? No, actually, so just to repeat, because I know we have some other folks in here who are also new to the game. No, actually, we are not mirroring real life in this particular instance, so the political and other issues like the fires and whatnot are not currently mirrored in this game as of this point. So that was for Fultz, who's in chat. But she, he tilts his head off to the side. She feeds a little bit and sits back, and she says, and she says, "You were supposed to warn me when you have you have partaken of your product." And he kind of shrugs and looks around a little bit, and he says, "So how do you know?" And she says, "Oh dear, I always know. It is a taste."
He's drugged up. Okay.
And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Missy. I won't. It won't happen again. I apologize." She says, "No, it better not, Dillon. You are easily replaced." And he's like, "No, I get it. I get it. Honestly, it won't happen again. So, are we good? Is the backing still good?" And she says, "Oh, of course, backing is still solid. You have nothing to worry about." And she ends up cutting her wrist just a bit and puts it in, basically a red Solo cup.
Cool.
And he quickly takes that and chugs that, that bit of Vitae down, and throws his head back a second as the blood rushes back into him, sort of thing, and he immediately does not look like he has any signs of drug use on him at this point. And she says, "And so long as you remain obedient, you will continue to get these goods. But do not fail me, Dylan. You do not want to see what happens if you fail me." And he's like, "No, you're right. I don't. We're good. I get it. Was there anything else?" And she's like, she kind of sighs and looks around the kitchen and in disgust, at her surroundings. And she says, "No, I will be in touch." And she just saunters her way out of the back. And roughly at about the time she closes the door to the back kitchen, somebody ends up busting through the door to the kitchen on the other side, looking to raid the fridge.
Can I pan out real quick and see if I can catch her leaving?
Yeah, of course. Go ahead and roll again. Difficulty 7, because you're also still trying to sketch.
Yep. I got 2.
2. It's not good, but yes, because the lighting out here is bad. But yeah, you basically make out her form. She ends up walking out the back of the property, past a small little gate, to a car with it looks like 2 individuals who are waiting for her.
Do they look more like bodyguards, or?
It's poor lighting, so it's hard to say, but the assumption based on their stance is probably.
Okay. Probably. Can I get a glance at a license plate potentially?
And you can try one more time. Yes.
Difficulty 7 still?
Difficulty 7, yes.
None.
None. Okay, yeah. By the time they drive away at this point, because the lighting's so bad, you didn't get a good check on it.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, am I able to basically jot down like street signs and whatnot for crossroads where this house is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that is not a problem. Because there's usually lights, or I should say street lights near the street posts of that nature. So finding the cross streets to this particular location is not a problem.
Okay. And then what is he doing now? Is he just going back to the party, so to speak?
Yeah, he's kind of doing his own thing, playing on his phone and texting a little bit, but it's all like BS. It doesn't look like it's valuable of any kind. While the others are playing games and a few people getting high.
So it's their off night. Okay. I'm just gonna make notes of kind of the faces as well that I'm seeing in the room, making quick sketches of those.
Okay, give me your quick sketch roll, wits and crafts.
I'm not gonna burn another wheel for this. If I don't get them, I don't get them.
Okay.
1.
All right. So you hastily, like at this point, you see her, like something must be going on information wise that she's like hastily starting to jot some stuff down and quick sketch some faces and whatnot. And anybody who happens to be observing her doing her thing, you're pretty certain that Sloth from the Goonies is at this party you're from whatever she's watching. Just like this guy,
don't judge me.
Whoever she just sketched, man, Mama must have hated him.
Hey, you guys.
I know what he looks like. That's all that counts, damn it. Okay, so then she'll just kind of cut it off at that point, just kind of sit back.
Okay.
Look at her drawings real quick and be like, ugh, God, I gotta get better at that. Okay, guys, they're being backed by the Sabbat. And Dylan is the ghoul to one of them. And they're coming after Ashland.
Did you see where this base was?
Yes, I have crossroads. They are heavily armed.
Is it in Ashland or is it in Medford?
It's in Medford, right?
Yes, it's in Medford.
Yeah, it's in Medford. But this woman, and Jerome, I want to ask you real quick because I heard him say Missy, so I wanted to, if I could, I don't know if we're rolling intelligence or whatever, but can I figure out if he was saying it as a name or as a cutesy reference, like nothing here, Missy. You know what I mean?
Sure, you could definitely do that. Give me just a wits and because you're again going off from your memory. So wits and alertness. Difficulty 7.
I got 2.
2. Now that you stop and think about it, he wasn't saying Missy. He was saying Miss E.
Oh, Miss E.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So maybe he was still keeping it light, but apparently her name starts with an E.
I made a note of her name, so it's Miss E. Miss E. Okay. Okay, so so initially when I was speaking or when I was observing him, he's basically holding a court of sorts. Basically, his little lackeys were around him, and from what I was able to gather, their backing, I'm pretty darn certain is from the Sabbat, because the woman that basically walked in had the Sabbat on her, and she basically their whole conversation was him basically bleaching the product, and she warned him not to do it again, and then she fed off him and then gave him her blood, so she is his ghoul, or he is her ghoul. Thank you. Sorry. But They don't want anything to do with Portland right now.
I don't blame them.
Yeah, they are steering clear of that one, but they are wanting Ashland. And they actually are aware of my gang. But because they're not really doing much, they don't consider them much of a threat at the moment. But if they do get in their way, they are on strict orders to basically kill them. So that means I need to speak with them and tell them to be clear, or like steer clear of them. But they are insanely armed. I'm talking AR-15s, heavy calibers, 357s, like heavy armed for a gang.
You didn't recognize the lady, did you?
No, but she's basically, I'll describe her, immaculate red gold dress, like seems very high end, like upscale money.
Have you run into her at any boutiques there, Sophie?
Doesn't sound familiar. I don't make a
You
habit of
notice her. She's
running
the one that stands out.
Sabat. I
Distinguished police
wonder
wouldn't know.
I wonder if Isadora would know.
That's probably a good guess. I'm going to go ahead and I'll check in with her. So I'm going to go ahead and send Isadora a text and say, hey, question. Do you know some cutie Sabat with dark hair? And I'm going to describe the outfit she was wearing.
Yeah, white skin, like
We all have white skin.
beautifully dressed, but I mean, impeccable. Even I can appreciate what she looked like.
So you
And
get it.
French.
You get it. You get it. Oh, I'm sorry. So did you add something else to that?
And she's
Yay! Rome donated. I got to get back on top.
And she's French, you say?
She is, from what I was able to tell based on your accent, she's French.
Okie doke. So I'm going to include all of those details, and I'm going to, in particular, make sure to accentuate that she has the accent and the very particular clothing she was wearing with the red with the gold piping.
Okay.
I have not been around this long. When there is a fight, I will fight when I need to, but it sounds like a war is about to start. I'm not interested in fighting in a war. I would like to do something. I don't have to. It's just coming to this house night after night and doing nothing. It's not really exciting, or it doesn't. What I would like to do is something. But I do get involved with a war. It's not something I would like to do.
I'm not real fond of machine guns myself. I think if we need to, we ought to think smarter, not do a direct assault, or at least get the drop on them first.
Well, they've got the backing of the Sabat right now, which means obviously the Sabat are in Medford. Well,
Okay.
we know where their main spot is, but I'll do some more scrying, later and stuff to see if I can find her again. But yeah, Ashland, they are going to move into Ashland. That's where they feel the money is.
So you get a text back from Isadora, and she's like, "Is there anything else to go off of? Because you're describing like quite a few toreadors."
Did you include the name?
He called her Miss E, but I think it was more of an affectionate, like casual. But I'm assuming her first name probably starts with E.
I'm gonna include that in my reply, that it's somebody named Miss E, and then in quotations. I'm also going to take a photo of the drawing that Damaris made and send it over to her for reference.
Okay.
Can I take time to like clean it up?
Sure, you can give it a shot.
Draw her picture of stick figures and be like, "Have you seen this person?"
I know, yeah. It's like, wait a minute, you're looking for Cartman the vampire?
I'm gonna look at the picture and like, you say she is beautiful. Like she is beautiful as a Nosferatu, I would say, but I don't know.
So crafts and what again? Sorry.
Craft at this point, crafts and intelligence, since you're able to take your time.
Just intelligence. 1. I tried.
You
I got the
try,
numbers right.
yeah, you try and clean it up, and it doesn't. All you do is add a little bit of detail. It's not really any better.
So she is a female. I see that she is. Before it was hard to tell.
Shut up, you guys.
So you take a picture of the finished product that Damaris comes up with, and you get a WTF from Isadora.
Oh my god. Okay, how much time do I need to spend on it to clean it up? Do I need to add color to this?
If you're well, again, you're trying to go for likeness, so you'd have to spend, based on your current skill level, you probably have to spend a bit to get that done.
0.
And she fires back a text. She's like, "What the hell am I looking at?"
It's a first draft police sketch. I am just trying to get some preliminary information. I apologize for the messiness. And then heart emoji kisses.
And she says, "Just tell me one thing." And she texts back. She says, "Did Sophie do this?"
I'll text back, would it make you feel better if she did?
And she texts back, "Absolutely not. I'm going to have to harass her as her clan member if she did this, because this is deplorable."
Oh, and then I'll reply, LOL, JK. I wasn't sure where that was going, so no, that wasn't her.
So you get an angry emoji back.
I'm gonna send a shrug emoji.
And she says, I can't tell based on this picture."
All right.
How about the
All right.
misty stuff?
Does any of the rust ring a bell?
No. It's all too vague. I'm sorry.
Well, thanks for trying. Once I get a final draft of this here sketch, I'll send it over to you for review.
So who did the drawing?
It may or may not have been Damaris. It was Damaris. She was multitasking. She's working on it.
Can you tell Damaris to lay her head back and relax?
It's been a stressful day. We've got some news. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead. I'll CTYL. XO.
Okay.
All right. Just gonna snatch the drawing back and
I think I know.
go to the corner.
Do you relay that to Damaris?
To lay her head back and relax.
Okay, I will take that as a no.
No, I'm just taking the drawing back.
No, that's fine. No, but she did not relay the message to you in enough time. So, Damaris, what is your willpower?
5.
5. Okay.
Darn it.
So, for a brief moment, you're kind of like you push back the picture and you're like disgusted. You know, you're going to need to take some online classes or something, you know, to touch up that art. You're just like, this is just terrible. And the next moment, you see a visual image of WTF in your mind.
Shrug emoji. I don't know.
And you start getting a very sharp headache.
Can I do something to push them out of my head? I don't know who it is, but not cool.
You certainly can.
What do I need to roll?
Roll your available willpower.
Hesperia, did you relay that conversation at all to the rest?
No, I haven't yet.
Okay.
I just said to Maris, or excuse me, Isadora doesn't know who it is.
1.
One, okay.
Yeah.
So the pain intensifies briefly, and then goes away. And then you end up getting a text, Hesperia,
Mm-hmm.
and the name comes over as Ekaterina.
Oh. Wait. Ekaterina? I'm just going to look up from my phone. Out loud.
Do I know that name?
No.
Is it a French name?
It is a French name.
Well, Ekaterina. So she's a beautiful lady with a beautiful name?
Not based on that picture you just saw.
Well, it's the mayor said she was beautiful, but I'm thinking she is beautiful like a Nosferatu at this point. Beauty is in the eye of the
on my drawing, okay? I get it.
And by this point, you know enough that somebody basically got into your mind and looked at your memories.
Who was just? Is that what that pain was? Someone got into my head, guys.
Wait a minute. I'm going to reread my text and sorry. Isadora said something about you leaning your head back and relaxing. I thought she was just kidding.
So is Isadora in my head?
I don't know. It probably was.
She literally texted me WTF in my head.
Oh yeah, that was totally her.
That's not cool.
That's really handy though. We got a name out of it.
Yeah.
I would have been nice to have been forewarned that she could have done that in the first place. That would have made me less embarrassed about my sketch.
Oh,
Thanks.
Isadora can read your mind, just like I can.
From that far away?
She's only across town.
I didn't know.
Yes.
Okay. But still, I'd rather people don't do that without invitation.
That's the typical protocol. But hey, we got a name.
And we do have a name?
I don't know who that is, but we got a name.
Does she know more information about her other than the name? Because, I mean, she clearly knew the name.
Maybe we should ask her for more information.
Yeah.
I pull out my phone and I hold it up. I'm like, can you do the Googles for it?
I don't think she would be. I mean, if she's one of us, she's probably not. I mean, well, I Isadora is. I suppose it's possible.
I mean, I could try to scry on her now that I have her full name.
The magic Googles.
That might. She might actually see me. I mean, I don't know her capabilities, but I wouldn't be surprised if they would be able to see me back. Or
I'm gonna go ahead and I'll text Isadora back. Do you happen to have any other details?
Would it be faster to call her?
What if she's busy? Who calls anymore? Okay, and then I'll put her on speaker, and then I'm gonna get frustrated. And I'm gonna put her on speaker, and I'll immediately dial.
Okay. So she winds up picking up.
Hey,
okay, so what's going on?
So do you have any further details about this Ekaterina?
A little. It's not like we travel in the same circles, but she is she was a well-known Camarilla member back in the Victorian era and entertained Prince Villon on more than one occasion.
Do I recognize this name at all now, or?
Yeah, Prince Villon is actually still the Prince of Paris.
Well, that's so. I'm like, we can hear. I'm going to be shouting at the speakerphone. We can hear you. So you're saying that she is has been a friend with a prince in the past?
I'm assuming the French accent. That's Henry.
Yes.
Well, this is Henri. Yes, I am
Okay.
sorry.
Yes. Well, I don't know if I would call them friends anymore, but yes, she knows him.
Okay.
She's the bot now. Do you know what clan she is?
Outside of the fact that she sings, I believe she may be Toreador, but it's always been left up to guess because she tends to be very secretive, especially now that she's no longer a part of the courts. Apparently, something very serious happened. She got greatly offended at something that took place in Paris many years ago, and she turned her back on the Camarilla.
As the French women would just do.
I hardly blame her, but so Isadora, you know, we've been having a rise in crime in town. Apparently, Katerina is backing a gang out of Medford who have designs on Ashland.
That's odd. From everything I've heard, she tends to be very apolitical.
Then why is she backing this gang with not just money, but they have weapons that no gang should have in general?
If she's that old, surely she's not in it for the money like they are.
I get that you value my opinion on this particular issue, but I honestly don't have a whole lot of information. Like I said, we don't travel in the same circle, so I don't really know why. I just know that of the Sabbat, from what I've heard, she tends to be Sabbat light. She doesn't really involve herself in their politics. She's just with them in namesake for the most part.
Just to stick it to the cam.
Yeah, I guess. She really hates the Camarilla.
And pushing cocaine and drugs into a city that, like, what is her game? I'm just talking in general. I don't expect you to answer that, but
why don't you ask her?
I don't have any way to ask her, and maybe we shouldn't tip her off that we know she's doing stuff.
Well, okay, so I can totally respect the fact that you've got all kinds of blood magic and you can peek around and whatnot, but this woman has survived threats similar to the threats that I've survived. There's no way that she's gone about her unlife this long and doesn't already know that you're onto her presence by this point.
Figured as much, but
do you have a way we can contact her?
You're a Toreador.
Well, I can't reach her that far. Not in Medford.
You don't have a phone?
Oh, may I call her? I would like to call her because I to speak of the France and.
Or send a direct messenger or something. I'm not saying invade her mind.
No. Do you have her phone number? I would like to call this lady.
I don't think it's a good idea to call her right now. We don't know the extent of her involvement in this.
Did anyone look her up on the Google?
I don't know how. I was just suggesting for one of you.
I was going to ask, how do the Sabbat feel about social media?
They could care less.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on the individual. Like I can't imagine they're going to care much, as far as an overall sect is concerned. I would imagine that it would be a solid tactic for them to throw that information out there on the Camarilla, just to cause them problems. So I would imagine some use it.
Okay. I'm gonna on my phone open up, or first of all download all the social medias I can think of, and then just look up Ekaterina, like in the area, just to see if there's, because that's like such a unique name. I'm curious to see if like anything pops up.
Okay. You're not coming up with any hits. I mean, there's some people with that name, but nothing in this area.
Okay.
I mean, unless you're planning on storming the gates and starting a fight, you may as well try being diplomatic.
I would like to talk to her.
And you have a very eager Frenchman nearby who apparently wants to talk to her.
Made a compromise with the Sabbat before. Maybe we could do it again.
She was in France when I was in France. I would like to see what she thinks of the Americas, and to find out what is she doing in the Medford, and then whatever you would like me to talk to her about.
I mean, if she wanted to get in contact with you all, like, there's easier ways to do it. Like, I don't think that she's necessarily going to be amiable to talking, aside from like discussing our surrender to her.
I was observing her, and then, well, him first. It seemed initially that he was the one that was wanting to push it to Ashland, because literally he said that's where the money is. That's where it's basically going to be where we're going to hit gold, so to speak. She came in after he said that, and basically she was just confirming. Well, she came in to feed, it sounds like, and to just kind of touch base. Basically just confirming that, yes, she's still backing him. He clearly had sampled the product that either she or one of her associates had given him, and she chided him about it, and basically let him know that he's disposable.
Now, this is the product that is
drugs,
better quality than we would normally see on the street, right?
Yeah, the cocaine, because she fed off of him, and he didn't tell her that he had had some. She could tell. You can tell when there's drugs in your blood
Yeah.
that you're drinking. So that's how she found out he had partook in the product, which
And she
I'm
was
assuming is
upset
the
about
cocaine.
that?
She caught him basically, eating the food out of the refrigerator when he shouldn't have been. If that makes sense. So she told him basically, do it again, I'm going to eat you.
Makes sense. So was there anything else you needed from me? I mean, that's all I've really got at this point.
And you don't have any idea how we could get hold of her phone number or contact information? You said she sings?
She does. Damaris has the ability to scry. It shouldn't be that hard to keep watching and figure out her number.
Do you know what style she sings?
Operatic.
Oh, fantastic.
Does she still practice?
It keeps getting better.
Absolutely, yes.
I'll see what I can find on that note.
Wasn't there like an opera singer or something we were going to talk to or something?
I do know, what's her face? Hold on.
Sophie is digging through her notes. Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum.
Lettice.
Lettice.
What does Lettice look like again? I just have that she's beautiful. Was she blonde?
Yeah, I think she's blonde.
No, she's not blonde.
She's
Oh,
not. What does
Nope.
she look like?
She also has black hair. Doesn't look a thing like Katarina, but she also has black hair. And in fact, let me see.
I'm going to text Lettice.
Actually, hold on one second. I actually have a picture of Lettice available, so I just posted it in the live stream.
In the live stream?
Yep.
Oh, I see.
What?
That is Lettice.
She is pretty.
Wait, where?
The middle of the screen on the live stream.
The center of Twitch.
Yep.
I must be behind.
I'm waiting for this ad to be over.
I'm gonna be right back, guys.
Oh, sure, no problem.
My stream is a couple minutes behind.
Ah.
Oh.
So I would be very interested in speaking to this lady.
You saw it now?
Diplomacy is a good way to go.
I'm going to call Lettice.
Okay. So, her male voice comes over the phone. Hello.
Hello, this is Sophie. Is Lettice available?
Oh, hello, Miss Darrow. This is Andrew, her servant. Yes, if you'll give me just a moment, I will see if she's available.
Thank you.
And then you hear him physically cover up the phone and some murmuring in the background.
Listen. Glad that she found him.
Then she picks up the phone and she says, Sophie, I haven't heard from you in a while. Is everything all right?
Yes, actually, well, mostly yes. Sorry, I've been out of town on a project. Question for you. Do you know a singer by the name of Ekaterina?
No, should I? That's an oddly specific name.
Yes. Apparently she sings opera and she's one of us and old, and we are looking for information and or contact regarding some activities that she seems to have interest in around town.
So she's nearby?
Yes.
Judging by the tone of your voice, it doesn't sound like a good thing.
Yes, we're a little bit we're worried about potential problems, and we thought we might try the diplomatic route before trying anything more drastic. So I wondered if you, since you have opera in common, I thought maybe you would know her or how we can reach her.
Oh, okay. I don't know anything offhand. But let me make a couple phone calls. I think I know somebody who I still have contact with who may be able to help me out.
I believe she's French.
Oh, right.
If that makes a difference.
Thank you for the follow. Clearly false. Hooray!
And of course, as always, discretion would be wise. I mean, you know how this works.
No, of course. No. I know. And my friend is actually, well, he's very knowledgeable. Let's just put it that way. He can be kind of loud, but I think I can, tell him we need to be discreet.
Oh. Okay. Well, do let me know if you find out anything, and I'd love to meet you for dinner sometime, and we can catch up.
Oh, of course. I'll have Andrew call and arrange everything for us.
Wonderful. Nice to talk to you again.
Of course, and I'm glad. Well, outside of this, everything is going along well.
Yes.
With that, she hangs up.
Hmm.
Do you have the number?
No, my colleague doesn't know her, but may be able to find out.
I know this may be a dumb question, but has anyone done the Google for the French opera singer for her name?
I tried looking her up on social media, but I didn't find anything.
C'est Google.
All right, I'll go to straight Google rather than social media.
Out of character, we haven't heard anything more about ShrekNet coming back up or anything, right?
No, you have not.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, that has been down because it got infiltrated, and there was talk of trying to set up something locally, but it's never been finalized to any degree. Especially with everything that's been happening.
That's very frustrating to not have that resource, I'm sure.
So George, you get a call.
Okay. Do I recognize the number?
No.
Yeah. Okay. I'll step away from the group and I'll answer it.
Okay. Hey man, is this Remus?
Depends. Who is this?
My name is John. I hang out near Lithia Park. Is this Remus?
Yeah, John. How you doing?
Well, I'm okay. I was told to call you if something weird happened. My buddy near one of the trash cans told me you're like kind of a go-to guy, or supposed to be.
Yeah, I do my best. How can I help you, man?
So there's this guy. He's been wandering around the park. He's got like this dirty dress thing on.
Yeah. Yeah. No. That guy. He is a problem. Definitely. One that I am,
no kidding, man. He ripped a dude in half.
Yeah. Oh my god. I wish he was dead.
I don't know what to do. No one called the cops or nothing, and it's not like, it was, sirens or anything. That's like not natural, man.
God, I'm gonna have to lead an exodus of homeless people out of Lithia Park. Oh my god.
Do not bring them to my house.
I can't come here.
Why not? You were looking for leather workers. Here's your chance to make a difference in the community.
You're welcome to come to my house, be leather workers. There you go.
Good. You know what? All I can say is good luck killing Adam.
Listen. He's the worst. That's all I'm saying. Every time his name is mentioned, I'm just like, oh god.
Because you're new and he smells you.
Yeah.
He smells you.
He smells me like I'm a new McChicken fresh out of the fryer.
That's
And then-
exactly right.
And he's
yeah,
like,
and then
I hate to bring this up, dude, but I'm like starving. He made me heave up the lunch I had today. I've never heard like muscle tear. I'm scarred, man, and now I'm hungry, but I don't even know if I can eat.
listen, okay, here I'll try to bring you guys some food, but here's the thing. I need you to get like this dude's only active at night, right?
I think so. This is the first I've seen of him.
Okay. I need all of you guys need to get out of the park during the day. Leave. I know it sucks, but here's the thing. This guy is there's not going to be a wagon that comes and picks this guy up. He's bad news. If I could do something about him, I would, but unfortunately, um it's a little out of my power. But if you guys can get out of the park, and then I'll try to get you guys situated someplace else. Um,
Okay.
yeah, God, I wish I had more. I wish I had more I could give you. But yeah, no. Just if with this guy, just try to keep away from him. He's
No
he's bad
problem,
news.
man. I
Yeah.
don't even want to say hi.
Don't. He doesn't like it. He's terrible. He's the worst. Yeah. So
What do we do
alright,
with the body?
You know what? Just leave it. Don't even go near it because he'd probably attack you for even going near it. He's a psycho. So yeah, just during just lay low the rest of the night. Try to keep away from him, and then in the morning try to get as many of the people out. It's gonna suck. I know it's gonna, but you guys have to get out of the park. That guy's bad news, and he's unfortunately, there's nothing I could do to stop him right now.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't exactly have a whole lot of influence, but I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, just tell people that the watchdog is saying that you guys need to get out because there's something worse living in the park.
Okay.
And,
All
and
right,
then,
man.
Yeah, and contact me when you get to some new digs, and I'll try to bring you guys some cash. I'll try to bring you guys some food. I'll try to do something to take care of you all.
Okay. All right, man.
Yeah, call me. Call me if anything else comes up. Like I know that's he's spending a lot of time there, but if anything else happens, just let me know. I'm gonna add it to the list. It's the number of grenades I'm gonna shove down this guy's throat.
Okay, dude. I'll do what I can, man. Is this a good number to contact you at? Because
Yeah,
I've got like this Obama phone now, and I can totally call people.
yeah. Just yeah, and call me when you get situated at a new spot, and let me know where you're at, and I'll try to bring you some help.
Okay. All right, man.
Yeah. Okay. As George underlines, I hate Adam 3 times in his notes. Now, like, I feel like Remus's new goal now is to get strong enough to be able to kick Adam's butt. But I know it's a couple of
Centuries of training.
yeah. God, he's the worst. I don't even know what to do with him.
Neither do I, except let him wander around in the park.
Yes. Yeah.
And the next 10 hours of game is Remus doing a training montage from the Karate Kid. You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever bring you down. It's him like working out his punches and whatnot. Yeah.
Practicing my crane kicks.
Paint defense.
Paint defense.
Wax off.
Side
But
to
I've
side.
got my wolf toenails.
Have any of us tried talking to him?
To Adam, yeah, doesn't work.
I mean, yeah, I've talked to him. I mean, Kareen, she's the one
Do
that
we,
is kind of his caretaker at the moment.
do we know what he wants?
Food.
Apparently, he's ripping people in half in Lithia Park.
Mm.
But he doesn't eat people. Like why would he do that?
Yeah, I was hoping that okay, well, maybe he wouldn't be that bad if he's there, but
Are you
I
sure it
don't.
was a
Was he just
person?
having a bad day?
I mean, every day is a bad day with this guy. We're,
Are
I've
you
ne-
sure
I
it was a person? Like, could have just been a newborn.
listen.
Or a vampire, not newborn baby.
The person that I talk to isn't really hip to what Adam is, and so there's no way he would have known, and I didn't want to press him with too much information, but yeah,
I wonder if Adam could actually be an asset if these people move against Ashland. I mean, he's powerful, right?
Yeah, and this is kind of his. I don't want to say his territory, but he is clearly territorial, especially about Lithia Park.
Maybe
Um,
I mean, does he have any goals? Maybe we could help him to, if he wants to protect the city, maybe this is something that he can get on board with.
We can tell him that the gang wants to move into his park. This new gang wants his park, and then he will make them stop.
I mean, people sell drugs in the park, right?
Probably not lately.
I-
um, I honestly don't know. Like, I probably should have a conversation with him. Because I truthfully don't know what he really wants to do. So yeah, I guess that should be a conversation.
I would be curious to see this person.
mm, I have met this dude
Or Remus.
multiple times. He is, first of all, he walks around in a kilt.
Okay.
He
I mean, kilts are okay.
He's
Yeah,
my
well-
grandsire.
I kind of don't care. He's kind of a dick. Every time I've seen him, he has like licked his chops and picked me up by my neck and brought me places. Like,
Well,
he,
you
he
know,
rem-
that means he likes you. He didn't kill
Like
you.
a kitten.
it
That's
rem-
I mean,
he reminds me of my dad, and that is not a good feeling.
But what
And
about
Okay.
this Miss Katerina? I know. I think we were talking about a beautiful woman, and now we're talking about this madman. It's like I don't know where this conversation is going. It's
All right. Let me
Alright,
just. All right, go ahead.
did Google bring up anything
Google
with
did not bring up anything. No. No.
Katerina and the opera?
Nope.
How about if I just poke around to like famous opera singers and like that are around right now and see if any of them match the description?
Go ahead and roll.
What do I roll?
You're going to be rolling intelligence and computers. Or technology, I think it's on that sheet.
Maybe she's famous in more of the underground circle for that.
Underground opera.
Hey, maybe she's got specific fans.
Jerome, I was in France the same time she was in France, so I don't know if I know anything about her at all.
What was the difficulty?
10.
Yeah, that's a botch.
Okay, yeah, you come up with nothing. In fact, you get some sites here that are really dubious, trying to get you to buy paint thinner or something, just like. So why don't you go ahead and give me a wits and alertness check, difficulty 8, Todd.
So I just pulled a Brittany.
No, let's not make that a thing.
So you
Yeah, I botched as well.
you botched. All right. So You have heard of somebody by the name of Ekaterina from the old country. What you recall is that she was blood hunted by the prince over a scandalous affair that she had with the seneschal of the time.
I'm going to share this information. I'm like, so I was in France in the Australian Victorian period, and so she was. There was a blood hunt for her with the. There was some bad happenings with the seneschal.
So she got forced out, not that she left willingly.
You know
It's been a while, but this is what I remember.
that could mean anything. Princes are so touchy.
Well, this is true.
And Rachel, you end up getting a text.
Okay. Who's it from?
It's actually your the icon or the name at some point was changed on your phone, and it says #1 dad.
All right. What does it say?
It says, sounds like you're poking around.
Who is this?
And then you get a call.
So she's gonna walk to the other room.
Okay.
Just in case it was somebody. I didn't know, Okay. Yes.
It's your fucking sire.
I know.
Who else would put #1 dad on your phone?
I know. Listen, #1 dad. What do we do about #1 grandpa?
Hey, well, you let grandpa be grandpa. Why? What's Adam doing?
He's basically terrorizing everybody in Lithia Park.
That's par for the course, I suppose.
Yeah, but he keeps looking at one of our other members' lunch, and he doesn't like it. I told him, you know what, he probably would have killed him by now if he really was that interested in, eating dinner.
So what clan is Lunchbox?
Gangrel.
And he says he's looking at him like he's lunch. He probably failed the key question then, if that was the case.
Possibly. I didn't realize that he had a lot of interactions with him until recently. But he hasn't killed him yet, which is honestly kind of good. That's a good sign, at least. Anyway.
Well, you and Kyrene told me that he's only feeding off of Cainite blood. Is that correct?
I thought it was just newborn blood. Recently turned.
I would hope not. That poses quite the problem, but...
Yeah, he is. I didn't realize that I didn't know what to do about it.
Yeah, I don't think that that's exactly the case, but you might want to follow up with him directly about that then.
Yeah, I plan to have a conversation with him because I'm frankly tired of Remus looking like a scared puppy. So,
wait. Scared puppy. Let me guess. He's got wolf features, doesn't he?
Yeah, you should see his feet. You hear her laugh, you guys, in the other room. Actually, it's good that you're calling, but yeah, we are poking around.
Yeah, so why is it you're wanting to know about Ekaterina?
She, we believe, is backing this gang up in Medford.
Medford?
Yes.
Last I checked, she was up in Vancouver.
Unless this person was a doppelganger of sorts, then, I mean, she's in Medford.
She's definitely not going to be a doppelganger. I know you don't exactly know who she is, but she's not the type you go impersonating. Trust
Well,
me,
somebody
you
is
you don't have
because
the chops to do so.
I mean, you're welcome to look in my mind. I know who I saw.
I'm not discounting what you said, but she's definitely not a doppelganger. I'm just confused as to why exactly she's in Medford of all places.
We too, but can you reel her in because they're planning on coming after Ashland next?
Oh, dear girl, you misunderstand. I don't exactly have sway up in that area. I'm simply making a call to find out why exactly you're poking around about her.
Well, because we've discovered that she is backing this gang that is literally trying to take over Ashland. They're trying to bring in their whole gang and drug activity into here, which is causing problems for really a lot of different areas. So we're trying to stop that from happening,
So
and
isn't your
they're getting
little
back.
isn't your little group wannabe Camarilla?
Wannabe Camarilla. Not that I recall.
Well, they're not anarchs.
Oh, is that what you're calling him? Okay. Then yes.
So he's like, okay, so then maybe you're maybe that's the particular reason why, because she has a full hate for the Camarilla, something fierce.
Okay. Well, I mean, I heard that she was used to be part of Cam at one point,
Well, she
and
did.
then big falling out, which involved the blood hunt with Prince and Sensual. I don't know if this is true. This is word of mouth, but that she's quote unquote light Sabat.
That would be, well, I don't know about the rest, but the light Sabat is pretty accurate. She doesn't tend to involve herself with the politics. She just kind of shows up occasionally to like an S-spot or the high holidays or whatnot. So she puts in her time, and she does participate on occasion. Like she was involved indirectly with the taking of Vancouver, but she didn't exactly stay around. I've had a couple of conversations with Archbishop Adamina, and it doesn't seem like she's really stayed very long. Although now that I think about it, she was recently asking about Portland, but Medford isn't exactly Portland.
No, but it makes. I mean, I don't know what she's planning, but I saw her give blood to this leader of the gang, and she fed off of him. So there's clearly that relationship there.
Okay.
Uh, but she made it very clear to him that he was disposable. So for whatever reason, she's providing the product, which is basically cocaine, and basically pushing it to this group, who's then pushing it out to Medford, who are now wanting to push it into Ashland.
Well, all of which I don't really care about. I mean,
I
it's.
know.
I mean, it's
Trying to figure out how to deal with her and
it's
why.
cattle killing cattle. I don't particularly care, but uh, then why don't you just talk to her woman to woman?
Somebody else suggested that too, and I wasn't sure if that was a good idea, but
What did they say it to you?
well, not to me directly, but to someone else that was on the phone with them.
Oh,
They
oh,
suggested that.
okay. Well, okay. So then let me ask: how exactly open are you, Anarch? Have you been waving the banner around perceivably in front of known Camarilla and Sabat?
Me? No.
So then perhaps you should go in some other unofficial capacity.
Okay.
Can I wander in on her conversation?
We're done now.
Well, you just hang up then?
No, I'm like, no, I've said, okay, we'll do. Is there anything else?
Uh, no, I was just following up.
Uh, no, I mean, that's why we're poking around. So, at the moment, basically, the going apparently suggestion is to actually talk to her. So if she has this full-on hate for the Cam, I mean, at this point, we're not exactly obviously on good terms with Cam either. So,
Well, maybe there's something there. Again, I don't exactly know her political leanings or why she's doing what she's doing, but if you go and speak to her, you need to understand, despite her misgivings about politics, she's a master manipulator.
I could tell. Is she Toreador, by the way?
Actually, good question. Hold on a second. Oh, good grief, no. Although I could understand the resemblance. No, she's a daughter of Cacophony.
That's what I thought. Out of character.
Daughter of, how do you spell cacophony?
Do
you know?
Cacophany. I don't know.
O-N-Y.
Google it. I don't know it offhand.
Cacophony.
Okay.
Cacophony.
Cacophony. Got it.
Yeah.
What? I can honestly say that I've never heard of them. You mind imparting some knowledge on that, if you have any?
They typically like to sing.
Which we know she's a singer.
They have immense powers of persuasion, not only with their presence, but with their voice. And they seem to fall somewhere between the range of Toreador and Malkavian.
Gotcha. Is there anything I should be worried about in general when it comes to her, aside from the mental and physical manipulation?
I couldn't honestly say. I mean, she's... I haven't had very many interactions with her.
No, I would like to find out why
you'll probably get a bit further than the rest of your folk, being who you are.
I guess I've got a meeting to set up. Do you happen to have her number?
Well, actually, yeah, I do. I'll text it to you.
Okay. Okay. Now that's all I have at the moment. So she'll hang up if he's done.
Hangs up.
How much of that did I hear then?
Yeah.
You heard that latter half, her half, anyways.
So like, I would think that I understood that she got the number or getting the number, but like, so you have her number?
She's gonna look over him. Okay, nosy Rosie.
We are standing around the house. I don't have the contacts you folks have, so.
So yeah, I got a number for her. So I spoke with one of my contacts, and she is not Toreador. She is a daughter of Cacophony. Which is
and Sophie gets a text.
Would I have heard of them?
Good question. Give me a wits and occult check.
Can I check as well?
Sure.
Okay.
What's the difficulty?
7.
I have 1 success.
Okay. Yeah, you've heard of them. They're rare. It's not like you would ever see a gathering of them anywhere. So they always tend to operate by themselves. So there's no like clan dynamic or anything. They're a despondent bloodline of individuals, basically. who fit in most circles that a Ventru or Toreador might. They tend to carry very similar tastes.
Why does she have to be Sabat? I've wanted to meet one of these for ages.
She is light Sabat.
But if she hates the Cam as much as it sounds like, there's no way she would talk to me.
I want to speak to her. I do. I want to meet this woman. I cannot emphasize it enough.
I want to go. I want to be the one to talk to her.
I'm going to check my phone.
It's from Latisse. And the text message just says, I talked to my friend, and he is apparently sending some information over to, I guess, Damaris.
Do I know who she was just talking to?
Mm-mm. She hasn't mentioned it. She just said her contact.
Okay. I'll text her back. Thanks. It's that's very helpful. I appreciate it.
She texts back a heart.
So I actually would feel that it would be actually a good idea that I went, because I think that she would be familiar with my family. I feel would give me a leg up. Sorry?
And you're an independent clan, so that counts for more. Sounds like.
Plus some family members are pretty prominent. So I feel like that would give me a bit of a level of respect in a way, that might get more, just might get more. The only problem is that I know that her type of clan are really good with persuasion, especially their voice and their presence. So I do have a lot of willpower, but there is obviously the risk that she could do something to me, but I feel like approaching it now at a more of a respectful level.
Yeah. If she sings, I might have a hard time with that. So that's probably wise.
So you probably shouldn't go. What about you, Henri?
Everything about this woman, I want to meet her. She is from my old country. She has the touch of crazy that I have the touch of crazy. I think I need to meet this woman.
Well, okay, so obviously we know, and that she was involved with the Cam and had a big falling out. Do you think that she's going to remember you from that time and be maybe a little pissed that you might have been a part of it?
I have not been directly involved with the Camans in quite some time. I have gone my own way, doing my own thing. My killing spree across states and countries. The Camaria does not approve of how or what I do. So I have done my own thing for quite some time, and stayed underneath the wire, as I say.
Okay, so then she might be okay, because you're with this faction now, aren't you?
I have, as welcome as I have been with this family, I feel that I am a part. Yeah.
Just want to make sure you don't identify as Cam, because that would be bad.
No, I have not identified as Cam for quite some time. When the Cam told me to stop killing, I kind of and then did my own thing.
Gotcha. All right. I don't know that all of us should go, but I know that I do want to go, and I'm willing to take Henri with me. Are you guys okay with just the two of us going? If I can get a meeting set up with her.
I feel like shouldn't Hesperia go? I mean, she's the Baron. She runs the place.
Yeah, I'm afraid that I'm not sure if she would feel disrespected if I don't go, or I don't know.
Why don't I find out first? See if I can arrange something and who she's comfortable with me bringing.
Do the initial phone call. Call her and speak to her, and see who we shall bring.
Take Adam with you.
I'm okay. I will call her, but I don't want to do it in front of y'all at the moment.
I understand.
I got to figure out how I want to approach this first. That's all. Just want to proceed with caution. So before I make the call, I want to make sure I've got all my ducks in a row.
Do you speak French?
No.
Okay, well,
Why don't we take a trip over to see your haven, and you can spend the travel time thinking, maybe make your phone call. Well, I would love to see this place. We can bring the couch.
oh, can you drive and talk at the same time? Robert he can do that. I cannot do it. So you can put the hands on the wheel and drive, and you can talk at the same time. Do you have that ability, Demaris? Do you have that ability?
I think we'd probably prefer for her to focus on one or the other, but at least while we're traveling, she can give it some thought.
But if she drove herself, she could speak to her en route.
Oh, I see what you mean.
It would be a very private conversation.
I mean, I think I'd rather wait till I'm not maybe driving and maybe just do it in a private room somewhere.
Our New Haven is big enough. You can go to your own room. Yes.
Sure.
Well, let us go. Let us travel.
Okay, Cupid, let's go.
Cupid.
Cupid.
Robert was speaking to Cupid earlier.
Yeah.
Do you want us to bring the couch now or later? Should we take a look at the space first? And then
the couch fit
over
any of
next
the
time?
vehicles?
How big is this couch?
It is one of those L-shaped, full-sized couches.
Oh, I thought it was just a regular.
But it's a sectional though, right? I mean,
Yeah.
It's not one. I mean, I could probably fit it in I've got a cargo van kind of thing.
Mhm.
So
You could definitely fit it in there.
Fit both halves?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I got a strength of 4.
Oh yeah, you guys would have no problem picking it up and packing it away into this van to bring the one piece of furniture over.
May as well bring it over now.
let's load it up and travel on out.
okay. I can take my car also.
Okay.
If anyone wants to ride with me.
I'll ride with you, Sophie.
Sure.
So everybody packs up into vehicles, plural, and you head on over to the new place, which of course the links and whatnot are in the chat. We can pull that up later. And the pictures and the address and whatnot. But the motion lights are really the only thing that's on, and there's like 2 lights on inside, just kind of giving it the appearance that somebody might be home or whatnot. But otherwise, there's nothing to this place outside of the fact that it's a really big home. Oh, you can hear the hum of the pool pump going right now too.
Oh, you have a pool.
Yeah, I think Henri is gonna take the pool house for his workshop, and
Will be my workshop.
yeah, that's where he's gonna craft our leatherware for the house.
Leatherware.
Do we have to?
I thought you already had a place.
I do, but where I go, my crafting goes with me.
No,
Fair.
no offense, Henri, but I think I may pass on the Hannibal Lecter interior for my space.
You can, I plan to build a basement if I can get some construction work to go below ground. It's much easier to have a multi-level so that prying eyes only see the first level, and oh, it's so nice, and then underneath the ground, the bodies are. I mean, the work is down below. It's much easier that way.
Wait, isn't tanning like? Isn't it pretty smelly? Like,
It
are
can
we
be.
gonna end up? Are we gonna end up attracting a whole lot of attention with your side gig?
No, I think my main house. I will do the tanning at my main house with the smells that are there that you have become accustomed to. So I can do the tanning at my main house, and then from here I can do the leather working actually.
Okay, smart.
And so, in the meantime, Rachel, have you decided what you're going to do as far as your call is concerned?
I am going to send her a text first.
Okay.
I am going to say in the text, I'm Damaris. I would like to meet with you. See what that gets.
Okay. And there's a return text that comes back. When and where?
What is convenient for you?
She gives a location, an address, and it's actually smack dab in Ashland. And she says tonight.
You want me to come alone, or do you mind if I bring a couple people?
You may bring your pack.
Not a pack. No, she's gonna text back. Not a pack. Council.
So she simply sends you a question mark then.
Anarch.
I thought you were supposed to downplay that.
Too late.
She sends back another text message. She was unaware that you were Anarch.
Maybe I should talk to you alone. There's a story behind that.
Isn't there always? Very well, come alone.
Okay. So she'll kind of meet up with you guys. And so I've got a meeting set, but it's going to be just me.
What happened?
Just wasn't what she was wanting.
Why don't you guys give me a wits and subterfuge check?
I'm rolling. Do I need to roll anything too?
Yes, you do. Manipulation and subterfuge.
Difficulty 6?
We'll add difficulty difficulty 6. It's a contested roll.
Difficulty 6?
Mm-hmm.
I've got 2.
Okay.
I have 2.
2 is my number tonight. Jeez.
I have 4.
Ooh.
Nothing.
Maybe nothing. Okay, so out of everybody here, Henri, she's holding something back. You're not sure what, but she's holding something back.
So I'm not gonna look at just gonna be looking out. Look at her. Let's you're not sharing the entire story. Either you're the one that wants to meet. What is the full story that you're trying to hide?
Yeah, I want to meet her alone. I'm just gonna put that out there.
That's fine.
I feel like I feel that is for the initial meeting that's important.
Is
Fine.
anybody else still checking?
I'm
Or
asking you
are
guys
you good
to
with
trust
that?
I'll respect your decision.
I trust you. All right,
Undecided.
do you think you'll be okay on your own? Do you want to wait nearby?
I do think I'll be okay. I can tell you the address of where I'm going to go. It is in Ashland. She's already here.
I could come and not be seen.
Do you just tell them the address then, Rachel?
Yeah, I'll tell them the address.
Oh, Sophie, you recognize it.
What is the address? Is it Anzio's?
It's actually the cannery.
Oh, I hate that place.
It's undergone a remodeling of late. It looks actually pretty nice, but yeah,
I know what it looks like on the other side. I'm not impressed. Actually, I have no idea what it looks like on this side. I don't think I've ever been in that part of town. Too many bums.
Hold the thumbs.
I am not comfortable with you going alone, but if this is your decision, if this is what everyone's decision it is, then I am outvoted.
Well, she'll need a ride down there. Henri, why don't you at least take her
Henri,
down there?
why don't you take me?
All right, I would be honored.
And then if she needs backup, you'll be there.
I will be there for you.
I'll be there. All right.
Let's get this couch out.
Yeah, before he leaves, that would be a good idea. Taking a couch to the cannery isn't going to look good.
This couch has an interesting smell to it. My van did not have a smell before like this.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've had the
Nope.
I've had the smell of death in my van before, but this is very different. Okay.
Just help me move it over here.
All right.
It smells like WAP. So yeah, you guys get the furniture. Well, the one piece of furniture out, and you're allowed to just set it up wherever you're going to set it up at that point. And then Rachel and Henri head on out.
Mm-hmm.
Those of you who are at the house, it is really big. I want to say it was like 7 or 8 rooms or something. I don't remember it specifically, but I mean it's big, and it sits a little bit off the road on a corner lot of property with a house behind it, and then there was actually part of a kind of a vacant lot on the other side. The roads here are small, so they're like they're not like city roads. They're more almost like country roads that go down either side. So you can technically have two lanes of traffic, but it's pushing it, especially if there are trash cans in the street.
Should we go meet the neighbors?
What time is it?
At this point, it's probably about 10.
Maybe another time, I suppose.
Showing up late at night with a bundt cake. Hi.
What kick?
So I take it that the rest of you are just kind of scoping out the property and determining where your room's going to be.
Yep. As soon as we put the couch down, I'm jumping on it and just I'm not leaving.
Okay. All right. Okay. So Henri, go ahead, George.
No, I was going to say I am Macaulay Culkining like the house to prepare it for when inevitably Adam shows up and is awful. I hit that dude with paint cans on strings.
He's like, I want the really furthest from him.
I hate him so much. He's just the
We'll
worst.
find you.
Remus is breaking out the marbles and the blowtorch on the doorknob and
Yeah.
firecrackers in the tin pan to simulate gunfire. And
I got a BB gun.
I'm gonna go put my feet in the pool.
Okay. So, Henri, you and Damaris are traveling towards the address. This particular area has been completely refurbished. And the sign says slated for summer of 20... well, at this point would be 2021. So, summer of 2021. And it looks like this building used to be an old cannery. It is now office spaces.
Okay.
Well, I should say office spaces with some what look to be available like lofts and homes above it. So it's kind of like a twofer.
I am going to text her on the way and say that actually going to bring one person with me. His name is Henri. You might know him. And I'm going to turn to you, Henri, and I'm going to say, what you might hear about me tonight, please keep it to yourself for the moment.
It is your story. You will share it with who you wish to share. I will not judge, and I will not discuss your story.
You're going to come in with me.
Oh, all right.
Might as well. You want to meet her, and you know what? She can be persuasive, apparently. So,
there is a side of me that is persuasive as well that I have not really exhibited. So, if needs be, we can have a little persuasion battle.
I'm okay.
So there is a nice stretched sedan sitting out front of the main office building that is attached to this, newly refurbished commercial/residential building. There are guards posted at all four corners. Looks like they're paid security guards.
I'm going with my Marcel Marceau outfit.
Okay. There are two men sitting, or I should say sitting, but there are two men standing by the sedan itself, the stretched sedan, and then there are lights on in the office.
Okay.
The office itself looks like it's probably only fully furnished and probably operating building in this particular complex at this point, likely because they're starting to accept applications and whatnot for people that are, wanting to move in and whatnot. But it's really nice looking, very posh.
I'm gonna approach basically the entrance, and do they stop me?
No, as you approach, one of the men opens the door for you.
I have a motion for Henri to follow.
Merci. I go on in.
Okay. So on the inside, there are four men in here that look like they probably came from some sort of private security firm of some kind. So they're all in tactical gear, dressed like they're ready to go to a fight at this point, and they're just kind of standing, to either side. The office itself is there is a back office where it looks like probably the manager sits, but there is a woman with her feet kind of up on one of the desks, dressed as Damaris indicated earlier. And as you two approach, she stands up.
official nod. Thank you for meeting. I'm Damaris. This is Henri.
Do I recognize her?
Good question. Go ahead and roll difficulty 9. So wits and awareness at this point.
I don't have awareness. So just wits.
It's still possible. Just a smaller dice pool.
Nothing. I got
Nothing.
a 1 and a 9. So
Okay. Yeah, cancel each other out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no. And you can tell that Damaris was way off with her picture.
I expected as much because she said beautiful. So when a woman says beautiful, it's there's usually beauty there.
So she nods her head politely. She doesn't say anything initially, and she looks directly at Damaris, and she says, "Who is your father?"
Kane.
And then she ends up showing you like a hand gesture against her one breast, and her fingers are form a specific sign.
Do I need to roll my Sabat lore in a cold or something?
You do, yes. Intelligence and Sabat lore.
Good thing I've got Sabat lore.
I don't. I just know she made a symbol.
Yeah. Wow. 4.
4. Okay. So you know the appropriate sign to reciprocate. And it's interesting because the type of sign that she's flashing is something that Street Sabat would flash. So she went something classic and then went something down and dirty. It's one of those things that shovel heads are typically taught.
So, is she satisfied?
And she says, so Damaris, so good to finally meet you. I have met your cousin, Lila, in Vancouver. She is doing well.
No.
She was rather tight-lipped, though.
Tight-lipped about what?
Oh, about this and that. So I am curious, why exactly are you masquerading as an anarch?
Because it's for the good of my clan.
Go ahead and roll your charisma and expression.
True. Charisma.
Yeah, that's why I'm not having you roll subterfuge.
Same difficulty? I got 4.
Okay.
7, 7, 8, 8. Nice.
All right. The clan matters. I am not familiar. I do apologize. It is obviously something that we do not share. But I know your sire.
Nod. So you understand.
To an extent, but I must confess my confusion. Am I to understand that your friend here is then the anarch?
Yes.
Yes, I am.
And you were not aware of her loyalties?
I have just recently have been with this group. We have not had a chance to fully express ourselves to one another and to learn each other's full history.
Oh? And you are from Paris?
Oh, most definitely.
Well, at least Damaris, you brought culture with you.
He really, really wanted to meet you. Like, he was fangirling.
Thump, 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 thump.
Oh, absolutely.
There goes the bus.
And I'm just like I'm gonna say in French. I'm gonna bow to her. I'm gonna go to reach out and kiss her hand, and I'm just gonna say, I have not met someone from our era from the home country in quite some time.
She for stat purposes, she is appearance 5.
Nice.
And her skin is obviously with the exception of it being white, is absolutely flawless.
Okay.
And
your beauty is overwhelming. I say in French, and
okay.
Your beauty is overwhelming. You must forgive my visage. My clan, the beauty of my face, would is quite opposite of what you presenting today. So this is why I wear this facade.
She says, it is. She replies in French, but she says, "It is quite all right. You are forgiven."
And then I turn back to Damaris. I go, I apologize. I've not spoken French to anyone in quite some time, so I apologize.
It's okay. You got to get your fix. Well, now that you guys have gotten acquainted, can you tell me what you're doing here? Respectively, I'm just trying to understand what's going on.
And you are speaking for this Camarilla Council?
They are not Camarilla.
We are not Camarilla.
All anarchs are Camarilla.
No, we actually really hate the Camarilla. This whole group does.
Go ahead and roll your charisma and expression again. Difficulty 8.
Afraid to burn a willpower because I might need to roll that later against her.
Okay.
Difficulty what?
Difficulty 8.
That's a 1. 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
So she says, that is not very convincing. How should we say? I would require proof. Proof of this hatred would go far. And forgive me for being dubious of one who has such a prestigious sire, but your duplicity in the matter, it does not help.
Okay, so Rachel's trying to think then, what have we done against the Camarilla?
Tell her about the incursions that we have had and how we're currently being beset by another Cam Prince.
Which prince was that?
Benedict. But there was also the whole Portland stuff where they tried to take us over. Stillwell. And now Benedict.
Yeah, that's right. The evidence that we have is basically that Portland tried to take over Ashland.
Oh, I am aware of this old history, and as I understand the Sabbat, they satisfied this claim, yes?
They definitely burned Portland to the ground. But before that, they were trying to take over Ashland, and we've had multiple incursions from them. We're being targeted recently by Benedict.
This Benedict. His name is familiar. Let us see. Of Las Vegas?
Yes. Trying to think. Sorry, out of character, real quick. Is there anybody that I've particularly killed for Cam wise? I'm just trying to think.
Gina Neeson?
She was Sabat, wasn't she? No, she wasn't. I killed Gina Neeson. Just point blank.
Go ahead and roll your charisma and expression again. Still difficulty 8.
I got 3 that time. 9,
Okay.
9, and 8.
Oh, this Gina Nissan this name is familiar with me. The daughter of Prince from L.A. So you had a spat with a naughty venture.
And her whole like group. Don't worry, we got rid of them in a warehouse. Question: was the Salubri Cam as well?
No, he was the bot.
Right, brain fart. Sorry,
That
I
was
forgot
that was Jerome Ranger that you sucked dry.
Right. So yeah, I mean, she can. You can look at my aura and you'll be able to see the veins.
That is an unfair statement. You are Sabat. Such things would not be uncommon.
It's true too. Then I guess you'll have to take me at my word. I have no reason to lie about this.
I do not call you a liar. I am concerned again over the duplicity. You are Sabat, but you are Anarch due to clan. Troubling.
Where I'm needed, but I will never go Cam, ever. And she has just pissed off, just fucking look on her face.
So then, you are concerned that I am moving into this quaint town of Ashland, and it is offensive.
Necessarily you, but the information, and you can help me perhaps clarify this then, and tell me what I observed isn't the case. The gang that you're backing, and please again correct me if you're not backing them, the Bulldogs with their very upscale quality cocaine have their sights set on Ashland.
Well, of course they do, yes.
We don't really need that right now, or want it. So why are you having them come into Ashland? Are you having them come into Ashland? Or is this just them trying to get bigger than their britches?
Oh no, they act on my command. So it is because of me.
Okay. So then why are you coming into Ashland then? What's the reason for this?
I grow weary of the travel, and I am looking for some place to hang my boots. If I were to wear boots.
You do not wear boots. You are not a boot style lady.
This is not entirely true. One would wear boots to ride a horse.
This is true. Yes, but I do not see you as a boutier.
So you are trying to come into Ashland, but you're bringing in this trail of basically, I hate to say it, but problems from this group that is pushing these drugs. And to be honest, it's obviously causing a lot of problems for the city here. So
I would imagine it would.
We're basically trying to stop that, and we're basically trying to figure out how do we not make this happen. So
we are negotiating then.
At this point, I feel that would be necessary. However, the negotiation wouldn't involve just me. I am not the leader of this group. There is a Baron here. So if there is an agreement or some sort of accord to be made, then she would need to be present as well. Because we do have this city claimed as an anarch city.
This Anarch and Camarilla, they are half a dozen of one and another.
Trying to keep the Cam out of this place. For whatever reason, people seem to keep wanting to set up shop here. We're already here.
Then-
We don't need anybody else.
Then take this to your leader. And I trust that you would not mince my words, for it would reflect bad upon such heritage. If you are truly against the Camarilla, prove it. Not with the past actions, or the pitter patter of feet that have happened before. I do not care about.
Okay.
What do you need to see?
Well, you have some interesting individuals that you do not seem to like, perhaps. Something along those lines? I mean, you say that you do not like this Prince Benedict, and Benedict has not been kind to your anarchs.
Benedict is definitely a target.
Then, if he is a target, why don't you do what the anarchs are known to, and you rouse the rabble, and you raise his city? Do unto him before he does unto you? No?
Regrettably, he's already done unto us. And
So you do this. I pull out my interest from the Ashland, and I move to Portland.
okay.
This sounds like a good proposition to speak to the Baroness about.
And you'll go. So basically, the proposition is take out Benedict, and you'll go back to Portland.
Of course, I see this as fair.
I think Our Lady should be the one that would speak to her. So we would go back to our haven and give the proposal, and then Our Lady can call you.
Of course, and do please give my condolences to Madame Maxwell. I have procured some of her men for the evening.
I am new to the town. I do not know his name.
Trudy Maxwell. She is a venture within the city.
No, I know Judy. I call her Trudy. Sorry. It's like,
For the time being, would you, as a show of good faith, perhaps, she snorts at that, keep your guys out of Ashland for the time being?
I will delay their advance for 3 days.
3 days. Something's better than nothing.
Well, that is to give you time to discuss with your they are your peers, yes?
Yes.
So
And in the event that we agree to do this, at that point, are you still going to hold them? Or they're going to advance after 3 days, regardless of which avenue I decide?
Oh, no. I do not play the game of politics. If we meet some sort of accord, then of course.
Right.
You will be given the time to resolve the matter. I am fair.
Seems so. Okay. Well, then I think we are done here.
Well, we are done with the first conversation. I would say with that, if I may have another different conversation with you.
You may have a moment.
It's I would enjoy your company. I would like to speak to you again on to speak to you and to get to know you.
She's giving him a hard look. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
She says, that is an interesting proposition. There are certain, how should we say, there are rituals involved for such things. If you would be willing to do these things, perhaps there could be further conversation.
It depends on what the rituals are, but I would be willing to learn.
I am certain Madame Demaris could explain said rituals to you, and then perhaps you could deliver said message with Demaris as well.
All right.
Yeah, you might rethink that decision. She looks at him.
It's at least it's whether with an avenue of friendship or romance. It's I would like to have another conversation with you.
Well, perhaps you should speak to your peer first, and then make the educated decision.
Yeah.
And I appreciate this.
So she stands and nods politely with just a bit of a bow. Then au revoir.
She'll
Stand as well. Au revoir.
and then she'll leave.
Okay.
Go to kiss her hand, and I'll leave on out.
She keeps it gently extended, but not still in kind of a icy sort of way at this point.
Like,
Right.
you may go.
Yeah, and I'm not coming in to give her the kiss on the cheek and everything like that. I'm just kissing her hand, So
No, I understand. And so with that discussion, we'll go ahead and pause for the night for there, because it is 10:40 and we've gotten a full solid 3 hours of gaming in.
Plot twist. Surprise.
You always know you've had an interesting game because all you have to do is look over at Brittany's reaction. Disappointed Brittany is disappointed.
Are you more disappointed that we found things out about Demarais, or about I just asked somebody on a date?
You're the only- and I'm gonna threaten you with everything.
And you're gonna teach me the rituals and everything.
How are we supposed to stick it to Benedict in 3 days?
No, that the 3 days wasn't sticking it to Benedict. That's to make our decision, and then make a plan of action to go after him.
Also, why doesn't she just take Portland? It's free. Why is
Ashland? Nobody wants Portland. She is basically just saying, okay, well, I'm gonna go to Portland because this is the Accord. She's basically making an agreement. Like, if we do this, get rid of Benedict, maybe he's a thorn in her side too, and do it. I mean, technically, didn't we want to take him out too?
Well, yeah, but he's powerful.
Yeah. Either that, or we let her gang come in and take over, because technically we couldn't stop them if we tried.
Oh, you could still put up a fight. You guys aren't like.
I'm sure she could just recruit a few more.
Yeah, you guys aren't useless, but you're looking at a situation where you're already having to deal with some psycho in town that the werewolves have alerted you to. You've got a new werewolf group that your guys are kind of concerned about. You've already got the Camarilla, fucking with you and having spied on you. You got a lot of burners on the plate. You're gonna have to find a way to isolate some of this and take care of your business.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see what you guys come up with. Definitely chat it up in the player chat, on Facebook, for ideas or whatnot. So thank you all for watching tonight. I had a lot of fun. Lots of stuff was revealed. Lots of stuff. And some interesting chain reaction games were played. That one thing begat the other. So join us again tomorrow night for Cyberpunk, which will be playing at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Then on this coming Monday is the Changing Breeds game. Farah! And then on this next Wednesday is Firefly. So cool. Thank you all for watching. And we're inching a little bit closer to that halfway mark. And a little bit closer. We're about halfway done with the month so far. So we still got about a week and a half left. So a little over actually halfway now. So hopefully we can hit that $200 mark. So please, if you guys get the opportunity or can, please donate. Greatly appreciate it. It's a great charity. And until then, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.
Good night. Au revoir.